Welcome back to the channel. I'm Eddie V, and today I will be continuing part 2 of my Roth IRA portfolio. I'll be going over 3 dividend ETFs that I invest in. And if you haven't seen part 1, check it out after this video. And if you're finding value in this content, let me know by smashing the like button. And comment down below if you also invest in any of these same dividend ETFs or if there's other ones that you invest in. I'm curious to know. And with that, let's jump into it. Back in my Roth IRA portfolio, since part 1, I've invested $200 more into my portfolio, so now the total is $26.74. And I still have a negative gain. Now it's a negative gain of $25 and a negative return of 1.4%. So scrolling down here, we can take a look of all my holdings and a breakdown of each one. So here at the top is VO at 32%, VO at 15%, VB at 15%, VNQ at 12%, and my high dividend pie at 10%. And this pie contains the 3 ETFs I'm going to go over. VWO at 8% and VEA at 8%. Jumping into my high dividend pie. Up here, the total of all 3 dividend ETFs I have is $268. I do have a positive gain of 73 cents and a positive return of 0.38%. Scrolling down, these are my 3 ETFs. I have SCHD at 40%, VIG at 40%, and VYM at 20%. So let's jump into SCHD. SCHD is a swap dividend ETF, and I have 107 invested in here. I have a positive gain of 74 cents and a positive return of 0.95%. Scrolling down, we can see I have 1.37 shares and my average share price is 78.6. So it's just below the current share price of 78.61. And we also have an expense ratio of 0.06%. and a nice dividend yield of 2.8%. So now we're going to jump over to Seeking Alpha to show you what holdings are inside of SCHD. So now looking at the holdings in SCHD, our top sectors are financials at 22%, industrial at 18%, and technology at 15.8%. Scrolling down, we have our top holdings. And the top 5 are Home Depot at 4.8%, Pfizer at 4.6%, Broadcom at 4.5%, Pepsi at 4.1%, and Texas Instruments at 4.1%. Right here at the bottom, we can see the total number of holdings is 105. Jumping back into M1 Finance, we're now in VIG, which is the Vanguard Dividend Appreciation ETF. And in this ETF, I have a total of 106 invested, have a positive gain of 5 cents, and a positive return of 0.06%. Scrolling down, we can see I have just over half of a share at 0.63, and my average share price is 167, which is the same as the current share price of 167. And there's an expense ratio of 0.06% and a dividend of 1.49%. Going to Seeking Alpha. Over in Seeking Alpha, looking at the top sectors, we have once again financials at 18%, industrial at 16.47%, and technology at 15.49%. Scrolling down, looking at the top holdings, we have Microsoft at 4.97%, JP Morgan at 3.75%, United Healthcare at 3.6%, Johnson & Johnson at 3.5%, and Home Depot at 3.27%. Looking down at the bottom, we can see the total holdings. We have 271. My last dividend ETF I have is VYM, which is the Vanguard High Dividend Yield ETF. And in this ETF, I have 53.64 invested. I have a negative gain of 0.06 cents and a negative return of 0.15%. Scrolling down, we can see I have about half a share. My average share price is 110 and the current share price is 109. I have expense ratio of 0.06 and a dividend yield of 2.63%. Next, looking at VYM top sectors, we have financials at 23%, consumer defensive at 13%, and healthcare at 13%. Scrolling down, looking at our top holdings, we have JP Morgan at 3.6%, Johnson & Johnson at 3.14%, Home Depot at 2.89%, Bank of America at 2.59%, and Procter & Gamble at 2.56%. Looking at our total holdings, we have 413. Back in M1 Finance, looking at these three ETFs, I know there's some holdings that are similar in each of them. So going forward next year, I really want to look deeper into each of these and really see which one outperforms the other. I'll be doing more comparisons with that coming next year. So definitely be on the lookout for those videos. And that concludes my inside look at my Roth IRA portfolio. And if you're new to M1 Finance and building a Roth IRA, down in the description I'm sharing my Roth IRA Pie so you can get started. And also, throughout the rest of the year, M1 Finance is doing a promo where they'll give you $50 if you open up a brokerage account or a retirement account. And so if you'd like to take advantage of the opportunity, you can use the same link below. And don't forget to click the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you know when I post my next video. Happy holidays.